It never amazes me how it's always the little things that always add up. Right now, I'm here in Thailand. I just scripted this video like 20 minutes ago on my laptop, and I was just thinking, it never amazes me how the little things always add up and turn into something either good, either positive, or something negative. And it was only a few days ago that I felt really bad. I had bad workouts. I was barely doing any push-ups. My goal is 500 to 1,000 push-ups every single day until I get my equipment here. I was having horrible sleep times. I had client calls at 4 a.m. and then 6 a.m. the next day. That completely destroyed my sleeping schedule. I was going to sleep at 4 a.m., waking up at like 12. Horrible, absolutely horrible. And my eating habits were horrible too. I have a bunch of bread on top of my refrigerator right now, which I'm not going to eat anymore. Bread just makes your mind so foggy. I don't even know what to do with the bread. I don't want it anymore. I literally don't. So a few days ago, I decided to take action. I went to sleep last night at around 10 p.m. And by the way, keep in mind, this has been happening the past week. And it was only a few days ago that I started to take action. Most people would have waited probably months, years, before they even made a decision. Speed is super important, and that's why I'm talking about it in today's video. Only a few days ago, I started to take action. I was watching videos on how to make myself better, self-improvement. I, went to sleep last night at 10 p.m. I woke up today at 4:30 a.m. I still haven't looked at my phone. I still haven't ate anything. Only thing I'm drinking is water, right here. Actually, let me take a sip. Speed is required. And I've already probably achieved more work than you probably did before even watching this video. Unless you're watching in the morning, you just woke up, which I'm not sure why you're on your phone if you just woke up. As soon as I woke up today, you know what I did? I went to brush my teeth, I went to pray, I went to wash my face. Then I got to work. It's called eating the frog. I did the hardest task of my day before anything else. Hardest task, outreach, scripting the videos, recording it, talking to clients, dealing with clients, because they're in the US, by the way. My afternoon is their nighttime, meaning I can just, peacefully do whatever I want. But my early morning and my late night is going to be their time. So I have to find a way to make that work, don't I? Hence why my sleeping schedule got messed up the first time. But that's being fixed, that's being revamped, and I'm changing that. Speed is required. I did that ASAP. I didn't wait 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's 2, 3, 4 weeks that I could use for productivity to make my business even better, that I would have wasted if I didn't take action right now. Because the truth is, if your sleeping schedule is that messed up, you're not going to do so good in life. That's just the truth. So, also, discipline is important. So, like for example, that one cake that you had yesterday, I'm reading your mind right now. That one cake you had yesterday, that one piece of cake, next time you're going to be like, you know what, let me have 2. Even though you shouldn't be eating cake. And then the day after that, you're going to be like, all right, you know what, actually 3 pieces isn't bad. Then 4, then you're going to end up eating the whole cake. That's what's going to happen. And it doesn't just have to be cake. That's obviously an example. But when you start doing something once, you're okay with doing it a second time, then a third time. And if it's bad, well, it's just going to be a continuous loop until you stop that, until you make it come to a halt. So another example, that workout you didn't do yesterday because you felt tired, well, that doesn't just mess up your workouts, that messes up your whole mentality. That messes up you when you do anything. Because now that you feel tired, you're not going to be doing X thing because you feel tired. That's not what you do in life. Winners don't do things based on how they feel. You need to do what it needs to be. Let me repeat that. You need to do what you need to do when it needs to be done. I got a little excited there. You have to do what it needs to do. You have to do what you need to do when it needs to be done. Either way, I'm trying to say that way faster so I can sound more, like a better speaker. But anyhow, you get the point. Winners don't act on how they feel. They act on what they know they need to do. Discipline is required. So, let me keep looking at my notes here. I'm not used to recording videos like this. For example, people like Elon Musk. You think Elon Musk is sleeping? You think Elon Musk is, stopping his work because he feels tired? He's definitely not. So I'm not sure how you could sleep when you're poor. I'm not sure how you could sleep when there's people like Elon Musk working 18-hour plus days, 24 hours, 7 days a week without having a day off, making a bunch of money. They're way richer than you. He can afford a day off if he wanted to. Honestly, he could afford his whole life like not working anymore. But he decides to work. He decides to show up every single day and get to work. 18-hour plus days. This guy doesn't sleep. So I'm not sure how you're sleeping. I can't sleep knowing I've been outcompeted by a bunch of other people. I have to sleep knowing I've beaten a bunch of other people. I have to sleep knowing I've been the top dog the whole day. Alright, so my camera just died, but you get the point. You have to be the type of person who does what he doesn't want to do and it needs to be done. You have to be that person. I mean, it really all comes down to like how bad you really want it. Do you really want to retire parents? Do you really want to quit your 9 to 5? Do you really want to become the person who can travel and, do whatever you want, whenever you want, that location and time freedom? Do you really want to be that person? It all really comes down to that. Because if you do, then you know what you need to do. You can pause this video and you can just get to work. You already know what you need to do. You just need to actually do it.